Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is your girl, Mommy So True. I'm so happy to be here and take a moment and talk to you today because I have something that I want to share with you. Those who may need it, those who can relate to it because they are thriving post-narcissistic abuse, this one is for you. If you're new to the community, you are so welcomed here. I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. Leave a comment if there's something you want to share with the community. Furthermore, I'd like to add that I am a certified life coach here to help you recover post-narcissistic abuse, offering service and support to you. If you need that, please look in the description box below with all of my information to contact me, book a coaching session, one-on-one life coaching session with me, purchase any Mommy So True merchandise, and all other details in relation to this video you will find in the description box below. Today we're talking about outsmarting a narcissist. How to win every argument. If you're dealing with a narcissist, or if you have dealt with one, you're going to understand where I'm coming from, and you're going to actually feel empowered by what I am going to tell you, because there is so much you can do to outsmart a narcissist. And actually, if you're dealing with them, you want to learn this. You want to know how to outsmart them. You want to know what not to say. You want to know how much you should say. Because here's the thing about narcissistic people. They enjoy reactions. Reactions from people give them narcissistic supply. And it's not just any reaction. It's the reaction that puts you in the point of view of the bad person. It's the reaction that makes you look like the bad guy, the one who's argumentative, the one who's yelling. Your reaction is supposed to keep the narcissist from really taking full accountability for their actions. A lot of times, a narcissist is only going to focus on how you reacted and always avoid that they were the cause or that they did something to cause your reaction. So in order to survive narcissists, and this is in the workplace, this is with your parents, this is with your spouse, this is with the child the child's father that you're trying to co-parent with, or your child's mother that you're trying to co-parent with, or maybe your narcissistic friend. There is a way to disengage, disarm the narcissist, and that way is to learn how to outsmart them. If you can outsmart a narcissist, you will always win arguments. When we're talking about narcissists, you're going to hear the term win and lose a lot because it's a game. You may not be interested. You may not have known it was a game, but that's what the narcissist is doing. They're playing a game by trying to get reactions out of you, poking at you, getting up under your skin, causing situations that put you in predicaments where you have to save them. It's just a lot of discombobulation. And most people already know what a narcissist is, but if you don't know what a narcissist is someone who shows consistency in repeating the same pattern of red flags. The incapability of taking accountability for the things that they do and say, the problems that they cause, and then try to hide their hands as if they didn't do anything. The heated confrontations. They will bar you with insults. They have this crazy sense of entitlement, extremely low empathy or no empathy at all. Relationships that they're involved in are just tools to manipulate people. Love with a narcissist is transactional. There's no unconditional love. Everything is based on conditions. Is what can I get from you type love. They're constantly lying and or omitting the truth. They'll just say a little bit, but they'll leave out key details that really matter. They have no respect for people's boundaries. A huge lack in taking personal accountability for anything. It's always everyone's fault, someone else's fault. They are always the victim. If you know somebody with NPD, living with them, dealing with them, family members, whatever it is, a coworker, a boss maybe, you have to know how to respond. We hear, that no response is the best response, but every situation doesn't allow no response. Sometimes responses are necessary and they're needed. You just need to know how to serve it to that narcissist. And if you know how to dish out the correct response at the right time, especially during any type of an argument that they're trying to confront you with and bring to you, because all day long they will argue if you allow them. They will find anything to fight about, argue about, and pull you in to their world of misery, because misery truly loves company, and that is the narcissist. Here are some phrases that I want to share with you that will help you outsmart a narcissist of any kind, any dynamic that you're in, and you will always win your arguments with that narcissist, because these responses, these phrases, shut them down. It makes them scratch their head. It puts them in a place where they don't really know how to respond. They don't really know how to receive what you've said, because it's opposite from the reaction that they were expecting from you. Okay, so number one, I'm going to start with the most obvious. How about not saying anything at all? If you can help it, if you don't have to, it's always the best response. Not saying anything at all, not feeding into them at all. If you can help it, this is typically the way you want to go. But let's talk about when you have to respond, because you might still be living with this husband or wife. You might still be co-parenting with this person. You might still have to go to that job tomorrow and deal with that narcissistic boss or coworker. The number one phrase to learn to use to outsmart, shut down a narcissist is, I'm sorry you feel that way. You're not apologizing for something because you didn't do anything wrong, because you don't owe them any explanation. What you're letting them say, what you're doing is you're telling them, you can have your thought, you can have your opinion, you can feel however you want to feel, but it has nothing to do with me, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. So you have a good day. Next, there is a phrase that you need to learn that would dismantle anything that narcissist has said, especially when they're giving their thoughts and opinions and hitting you with harsh criticism. You simply say, thank you for your input, and you walk away. Thank you for your input. I have nothing else to say. I don't need to add any more to what I just said. Thank you for your input. Good day. Because first of all, nobody asked you. Second of all, nobody cares. Third of all, worry about yourself. That's what that means. To me, that is an emotion-free statement that you need to use against a narcissist, especially when they are trying to tell you how to live your life and trying to tell you what you're not doing right and what you're doing wrong and all of that. Thank you for your input. Or better yet, you're certainly entitled to your opinion. Short and simple. Because a narcissist want to feel heard so bad. And then that goes into the phrase of, I can't control how you feel about me. Because one thing about it, you can't control nobody. You can control yourself. And when you say that to that narcissist, you're reminding them of the universal truth. The universal truth is, I can't control how you feel about me. That's a you problem. And one of my favorite phrases, sounds very disinterested, don't it? That narcissist wants you to be interested. This is a great way of showing them you could care less about what they're saying, what they're yelling about, and what they're trying to confront you over. When they're talking and saying all of this stuff, you just interject with every now and then, and just really, you're showing the narcissist how unbothered you are, how much you really don't care. This is a great way to outsmart a narcissist that knows it all and can't seem to just shut up. And that takes me into the phrase, This is one heck of a way to let that narcissist know that they don't have no leg to stand on. While they're talking, you just grunt, This is irritating to a narcissist, because you're not giving them a leg to stand on with all that emotional attachment to it. It's like, It's like, just shut the F up already. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. You're talking to yourself. Matter of fact, you're irritating me because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your voice. Stop. And to all my people who know what gray rocking is and how to do it, one of my favorite phrases that's linked to the gray rocking method is, okay. Okay. They say all the stuff they want to say. They text you a four-page letter, talking all this stuff, bringing up all this stuff. You just respond, okay. This is perfect because the narcissist wants to see how you react, and saying okay is barely any reaction. It's like, okay, what else you got? Okay, you done? When that narcissist wants to have those nasty conversations with you where they're calling you everything in a book, everything but a child of God, you take your power back in that moment. You outsmart that narcissist and you say, you know what? I'm not going to entertain this discussion. I'm not going to entertain this conversation. You don't have to say nothing else after that. Because this lets a narcissist that is seeking narcissistic supply that they actually do not have any power over you. You're not going to sit there and out-talk me. You're not going to sit there and over-talk me. You're not going to sit there and just talk my head off. Because you're lying. You're making up stuff and you're trying to gaslight me out of the reality of, something else, trying to lie about things, trying to make you feel crazy or insane. So you say, you know what? I won't entertain this conversation. And you walk away. One of my favorite phrases to outsmart a narcissist is simply telling them, I'm okay if people don't understand me. I'm all right if you're not, in tune with my opinion. If you don't see it my way, that's all right. The simple phrase, I'm okay with people misunderstanding me. This lets a narcissist know that you are okay and confident in who you are. And you could care less about somebody else's opinion about who you are. With this phrase, you can't help but to shrug your shoulders while you're saying it. I'm okay with people not understanding me. Oh well. Because here's another phrase. People misunderstanding me is their responsibility. You say that to a narcissist. They won't know what to say. They won't know what really to do. A narcissist is determined to misunderstand you and go against you, disrespect your boundaries. Narcissists purposely break boundaries to gain control. So when you set boundaries, clear and direct, you gain control. You reverse it. You take control back. That's why this is a powerful phrase to use to outsmart a narcissist. You will win every argument. Most of the time when you're saying these things, you want to be cool, calm, and collected. You don't want to say it in anger. You don't want to yell it. You really want to give them the reaction they're not expecting by being cool, calm, and collected. This will always throw a narcissist off because you're not offering the supply they're looking for. Your anger, your rage, you being pissed off, cussing them out, yelling at them, throwing stuff at them, fighting them, all of that. You just get cool, calm, collected, and you just say these phrases. You shut them down. Because getting emotional is the quickest way for a narcissist to feel like they've won. And it's also the best way for them to win the argument. So when you can stay cool, calm, and collected and still hit a narcissist with, this is what I'm going to talk about, and we're not going to talk about anything else. Because you're not going to, use your word salad tactic to have me all over the place running in circles and we get to nowhere. Nothing gets resolved. Better yet, you tell them, I have 5 minutes to have this conversation with you. And after 5 minutes, I'm done. Put them on a timer. Since they're continuously always seeking validation, they try to drag out arguments so they can try to win debates. So you put a timer on it and you shut it down. We're not going to talk about this for an hour. You got 2 minutes with me and that's it. And if that doesn't work, you go to this next phrase here. If things start to escalate, get out of control, you let them know, cool, calm, and collectively you say, you know what, I'm going to remove myself from this conversation. If you can't speak to me with respect, I'm going to remove myself from the room. I'm going to exit the whole conversation and you can stand here and talk to yourself. You can stand here and have a conversation with the wall. When you're in an argument with a narcissist and you feel like you've already said what you need to say, you don't need to say anymore. You just need to politely end the conversation with this phrase. I've explained myself. I've explained my point of view. I have nothing else to say. I explained where I'm coming from. I'm no longer willing to participate in this conversation. Then you walk away. What you want to do with narcissists is appear to be assertive and confident. A narcissist will try to pull you into conversations and arguments and you don't have time for it. You got things going on. You're trying to work. You're trying to cook. You're trying to clean. You're trying to take care of your kids. You're trying to have a day of peace. So another one of my favorite phrases to outsmart a narcissist who's trying to do that to you in those moments, you simply say, I'm not able to discuss that right now. This is not a good time for me to talk about that. This phrase typically will put an end to an unpleasant conversation with a narcissist. If you want to absolutely disarm a narcissist, hit them with the phrase, "You're right. You're right." Because I don't have the energy to argue with you. We're not going to go back and forth. So you know what? You're right. Enjoy your narrative. You got it. You're right. They may not know what to say or how to come back from hearing you say, "You're right." The narcissist was expecting you to argue and defend and prove how wrong they are. But if you just hit them with, "You know what? You're right," and walk away, you've outsmarted that narcissist, especially in the work environment. And the last one is my favorite. No. The most clear boundary you could ever set with a narcissist. They may not want to hear it, may not be ready for it, but it came out your mouth. And that tells the narcissist that you are not giving the supply that they are yearning for. No. And when you're saying no, avoid making yourself emotionally vulnerable to that narcissist. Be strong, confident, and clear with your no. Your no shouldn't sound like, "Well, maybe." It should just be a straight up no. Those of you that are co-parenting with narcissists, take control by learning these phrases. Tell that parent, "If you don't stop talking to me like that, I'm going to walk away." Tell that parent, "We'll talk about this later when you are ready to talk and have respectful dialogue. We can talk about this again when you're ready to speak kindly to me." And you might want to say these things in front of your children. Phrases like, "I need you not to yell. I need you to please stop. I am not comfortable with how you're speaking to me. Please stop interrupting me." A narcissist is all about control. And as long as they know they can control you emotionally, they're going to try you. But you have all the power to outsmart them and to beat them at their own game. Hit them with phrases that they're not expecting. And watch the reaction you see from the narcissist. Thank you for watching this video, beautiful people. Stay blessed and stay true. Until next time. Bye-bye.